Yo, what's up guys? My name's Dynasty, and yes, we are back at it again today discussing some Mortal Kombat 11. Two things to discuss, one being an all-new interview that Ed Boon had with the guys over at thedailystar.com where he talks Mileena, minigames, and of course the Aftermath expansion, and also the classic ninja skins for the females, Jade, Kitana, and Scarlet. They're going to be back for a few days, so get stoked for that. But with that said, of course, let's break this stuff down, let's have some fun, and let's get into it. So here is the name of the article right here. It says, MK11, Ed Boon talks Mileena, minigames, and leveraging Mortal Kombat history. Says also Ed Boon chats with Daily Star Gaming about Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath, working with Peter Weller, and how the studio chooses which fighters to bring back. The article kicks things off with this right here. It says, the story expansion is significant. What made you decide to continue the story campaign for this expansion? Ed Boon says, the last several games that we have developed in NetherRealm Studios have been supported throughout the year of their release with additional characters and other features. Then, historically, we would offer an updated version that contained all the content released throughout the year. With Mortal Kombat X, we want to raise the bar and added 4 brand new characters in a version called Mortal Kombat XL. Our fans loved it, so we decided to raise the bar even higher for Mortal Kombat 11. Not only does the Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath expansion include new characters, but for the first time, we are building onto one of NetherRealm's most unique features, our story campaign. We always want to surprise Mortal Kombat fans with something new and unexpected. I'm pretty sure he's echoed this in other interviews we've talked about, but there you go, that's like the intro. Promise you things get a bit spicier really soon. So it says here, there's a lot of stuff in this free update that celebrates Mortal Kombat Legacy. Stage fatalities, friendships, and so on. How do you choose the right things to bring back over other Legacy features such as babalities or similar? Ed Boon's answer to this is, we are fortunate enough to have had a number of Mortal Kombat features really resonate with players over the years. However, there are so many of them that we cannot possibly include all of them in every game. So we sometimes give them a break for a few years, then bring them back with a vengeance using the latest technology. People haven't seen friendship moves since Mortal Kombat was a 2D sprite game, so we knew it was time to do something really special by bringing them back. Players love the return of babality moves in Mortal Kombat 9, so naturally, it was friendship's turn. So there you have it, so that is why we got friendships and not babalities. Could you imagine if this game had both? That would have been insane. Now, the next question right here is about the minigames. I know, something else that I wish would make a comeback. So it says here, we've previously seen Mortal Kombat experiment with silly minigames, karting, chess, even a puzzle fighter-inspired minigame. Do you think that's the sort of thing that MK could still do, or has the series tone moved away from that now? It feels like an expansion would be a good place to introduce something like that. Boon's response is, yes, to some degree, pretty much anything is still on the table. I would personally love to see one of those minigames return at some point, but we don't currently have immediate plans to do so. You hear that? That's the sound of my heart breaking. He goes on to say, also, Mortal Kombat is a bit more serious now than it was back in the days of Motor Combat. So, not off the table, but no immediate plans anytime soon. Could you just imagine chess combat in 2020? How amazing that would look. Chess combat with online play, that would be really cool. I think back then, Deception, there was online play, but with the GGPO netcode and everything now, like the potential for that stuff, the potential. Just look at the crypt in this game. The crypt in this game is the best it's ever been, in my opinion. Could you imagine chess combat if it made a comeback? I know, one day, one day. Now, this next section, he talks about character selection and Mileena. So it says here, we've seen you on Twitter being vocal about some characters you don't want to bring back, Mileena. When browsing the roster of MK characters from the past, how do you decide who to bring back? Do you take into account movesets, lore, cool factor, or elements of all the above? Boon's response to that is, actually, I've never seriously said that I don't want to see Mileena come back to Mortal Kombat. Most of the time, I am just teasing the fanatics who demand she be added 100 times a day. I love to have fun with that. Mortal Kombat has about 80 characters in its roster now, so we tend to look back and occasionally revive a character who hasn't been seen in a long time, like we did with Fujin in Aftermath. We do take into account the story because some characters existed in different parts of the timeline, so we need to stay somewhat consistent with the narrative that we are telling. But movesets and cool factor also play a big part in which characters we decide to bring back. And again, this isn't much of a shocker because he's pretty much echoing what he said with the Game Informer interview I think he did maybe a week and a half ago, where they talked about why Fujin was selected. It goes back to the whole cool factor, the movesets, the lore, the fact that they like to have characters who have been missing for some time, bringing them back, making them feel fresh, you know what I mean? So it's cool to know at least now we have an idea what goes into play when it comes to selecting DLC characters for the future. So hey, still really cool to have more insight on what goes on behind the selection process. Now, the interview closes with this right here. It says, Peter Weller returning to the RoboCop role is a brilliant achievement. What was the process of collaborating with him like? Did returning to the role come easily to him? And was he on board with the admittedly off-the-wall Mortal Kombat lore? Ed Boon says, yes, we were very excited about adding RoboCop in Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath. He is the perfect bookend to Terminator that frames the 80s action hero representation in Mortal Kombat 11. It was great to have Peter Weller come to the studio to record his dialogue. Getting his voice and lightness in the game makes it feel that much more authentic. Dr. Weller, he is a PhD, was a good sport throughout the entire process. It was a pleasure. So, one thing to take from this is 80s action hero representation. That is what it seems like they really were going for all this DLC, and with, you know, rumors of there being a Combat Pack 2, Combat Pack 3, will we continue to see 80s action heroes as DLC? Time will tell. Anyways, though, the full article will be linked down below to the daily store. And lastly, like I mentioned, the classic female ninja bundles are back in rotation. It says here in the very top of the store, the premium shop, it reads, Katana, Jade, and Scarlet are back on rotation until June 14th. So you got a little under 2 weeks to keep your eye out on the marketplace, the store here. And I know it sucks because they cost the monies, but thankfully, if you play Combat League and do certain things, certain tasks, there's alternative ways to unlock time crystals. But if you don't want to, just purchase time crystals, and there you go, they can be yours. And today, currently, it is Scarlet. So, hey, hopefully, if you missed it a few months ago, now is your chance to purchase them again. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for them for months to make a comeback, and now they are. But anyways, that is all I got for you guys today. What do you think of all of this? What do you think of that article that had Ed Boon talking about minigames and Mileena and the DLC selection process? Of course, if you guys enjoyed the video, please take 1 second, drop a like on it. Of course, subscribe for some more MK content here on the channel. Till next time, been your host, Mint Dynasty. Guys, please take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Peace. See, I've been a fan of Dynasty for years now. GTA, MK, and Justice, I'm still down. Rapper meets gamer, I wonder how y'all feel now. That was just a setup, watch it get real now. Okay, so me and Sub-Zero was born in 92, and lyrically I inherited all his fighting moves. A lot of y'all still lost, don't have the slightest clue. The truth disappears in the smoke as if you fighting.